Number 1. The Eiffel Tower, Paris, 2 o'clock. We start in Paris, France, with a tower that was once hated. When Gustave Eiffel unveiled his iron masterpiece for the 1889 World's Fair, Parisians were furious. Critics called it an eyesore. Giant black smokestack. Writers, artists, and intellectuals signed petitions to tear it down. But here's the hidden secret: while the public saw it as ugly, Eiffel secretly saw it as a tool. Inside the tower's upper levels, he built a small apartment, not for tourists, but for himself. Imagine the view, the rooftops of Paris stretching into the horizon, no crowds, no noise, just Eiffel and his guests. He hosted scientists, engineers, and even Thomas Edison in that private space. And during World War II, the French cut the tower's lift cables so the Nazis would have to climb the stairs if they wanted to raise their flag. Talk about passive resistance in style. Number 2, Statue of Liberty, New York, 2:15. She's the most photographed woman in America, but even she has secrets. Gifted by France in 1886, Lady Liberty stands as a symbol of freedom, but hidden inside her torch is something you can't access anymore. In 1916, during World War I, German saboteurs blew up a munitions depot in New Jersey. The explosion was so strong, it damaged the statue's arm and shattered windows in her torch. Since then, public access to the torch has been banned. Few know there's a secret balcony up there, now only accessible to maintenance crews. The statue's internal staircase also feels like stepping into another century, a spiral of steel that creaks with history. Number 3, Big Ben Elizabeth Tower, London, 2 o'clock. The most famous clock in the world isn't just about telling time. First, a fact that surprises many Americans: Big Ben isn't the tower, or even the clock face, it's actually the nickname for the great bell inside. The tower itself is officially called Elizabeth Tower. And here's the hidden gem: during World War II, the clock kept ticking even as bombs rained on London. One air raid hit the tower, destroying part of the roof. But the clock struck every hour without fail, a symbol of Britain's resilience. Inside, there's also a prison cell, used in the past to detain members of parliament who broke house rules. Imagine getting locked up inside a clock for bad political behavior. Number 4, the Colosseum, Rome, 2:15. Rome's Colosseum may be a ruin today, but it once hid a world beneath its floor. Most visitors see the arena's massive oval and picture gladiators fighting, but few realize that beneath the wooden floor was the hypogeum, a 2-story underground network of tunnels, cages, and pulley systems. Here, wild animals like lions and tigers were kept in darkness before being lifted into the arena for dramatic entrances. Stage machinery could flood the floor for mock naval battles. And one eerie fact: the Colosseum was sometimes filled with the smell of exotic spices, to mask the stench of death. Today, parts of the hypogeum are open for guided tours, letting you step into the shadows of history. Number 5, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy, 2 o'clock. It's famous for being crooked, but its lean was actually a mistake. Construction began in 1173, but just 5 years later, the soft ground beneath started to sink. Engineers tried to fix it by building the upper floors taller on one side, which only made it lean more. Here's the hidden truth: the tower was actually frozen in time for nearly a century during wars, which allowed the soil to settle and kept it from collapsing. And here's something that'll make engineers smile: in the 1990s, a massive restoration tilted the tower back by about 17 inches. Without that, Pisa might have lost its biggest tourist attraction. Number 6, the Great Wall of China, 2:30. It's the only man-made structure people say you can see from space, but that's not entirely true. Astronauts report that the wall isn't visible to the naked eye from the moon. That's a myth, but it is visible from low Earth orbit under the right conditions. What's more intriguing: much of the wall you see today isn't ancient. Large portions were rebuilt during the Ming Dynasty in the 14th to 17th centuries, and hidden within the wall's length are secret signal stations. Fires, smoke, and even drum beats were used to warn of invasions, messages that could travel hundreds of miles in hours. Number 7, the Pyramids of Giza, Egypt, 2:15. Even after 4,500 years, they still hold mysteries. Inside the Great Pyramid, there are air shafts that lead nowhere. Some archaeologists believe they're symbolic passageways for the pharaoh's soul. In 2017, scientists used cosmic ray scanning to discover a massive hidden chamber above the Grand Gallery, untouched for millennia. Its purpose remains unknown, and here's a jaw-dropper. The pyramids were once covered in polished white limestone that reflected the sun's rays, making them shine like jewels in the desert. Number 8, Stonehenge, England, 2 o'clock. Standing stones, or an ancient puzzle. Built over 4,000 years ago, Stonehenge's true purpose is still debated. Some say it was a temple, others a calendar, or even a burial site, but its hidden secret lies underground. Archaeologists have found dozens of pits and wooden posts surrounding the stones, suggesting it was part of a much larger ceremonial landscape, and some stones come from quarries in Wales, over 150 miles away. Raising the question, how did prehistoric builders transport them without wheels? Number 9, the White House, Washington, D.C., 215. It's one of the most famous homes in the world, and it has rooms you'll never see on a tour. Beneath the White House is a secure bunker, famously used during the 9/11 attacks to protect leaders. There are also rumored underground tunnels connecting to other government buildings, though their full layout is classified. And here's a charming secret, the White House has its own private bowling alley, movie theater, and even a chocolate shop. Number 10, Mount Rushmore, South Dakota, 2 o'clock. 4 presidents carved into granite, but there's more hidden behind their heads. Inside Abraham Lincoln's head is a secret chamber, the Hall of Records. It was intended by sculptor Gutzon Borglum to hold the U.S. most important documents. Today, it contains a time capsule of America, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, all sealed inside a titanium vault.